Deanna with toolsofenergyprotection.com. It's an absolutely gorgeous day here in Loveland, Colorado, April the 2nd. So what's happening in your world today? If you're joining me live for the Swift Energy Shift and you have any questions, feel free to write them down below. I'll do the best I can to see them. It's a little bright today. Yesterday was overcast and today is an absolutely gorgeous day. For those of you that are more spiritually sensitive, you might have noticed over the last couple of days, it's been really, really quiet. The earth has been quiet. The energies have been still, and it's really a lovely thing. It's the energy is really supporting us right now to be uplifted, and whatever we've desired to bring forward, well, there's a good sign. A crow saying hi. Whatever we've been desiring now that these last wisdom from above. It's been just a beautiful couple of days. I guess he knew I was doing a live transmission today and wanted to chime in. But Spirit has really been working with me the last couple of days in the stillness of the energy to really bring forward some interesting messages. And this morning in meditation, I was receiving information on things coming up here in the next couple of months and things that I'm to do. So tomorrow I'll be busy planning and finishing up a class on how to be more spiritual, because a lot of folks have approached me and they said, hey, you know, Deanna, how are you doing this? How are you more spiritual? How are you in tune? How do you hear your guides? How do you understand what they're saying to you or showing you? And it's really very simple, but the simplicity is in the heart and what comes out of your mouth. This morning I was reading, hi Cherie, thank you for joining. I was reading this morning in the Bible about how Jesus was talking about how people, what comes out of their mouth is also what's in their hearts. And when we have something different in our hearts than we do that's coming out of our mouths, that the vibration doesn't match. And so if you really go inside and look and see, where's your true power, where's your true joy, that's what's coming out of your lips. So over the next couple days, I would like for you to start listening to what you say and how you say it as part of spirituality for yourself, while I'm putting together the rest of the finishing touches on this class. And I'm going to teach it on the internet, so I'll be teaching it probably, maybe GoToMeeting or something like that. So you'll be able to come and participate live, and then I'll have it recorded so that you can catch it later. But one of the first steps is watching what's in your heart. And how can you watch something that you can't really see? It's by listening. What's coming out here? What are you saying to other people? What are you saying to yourself? Because that's truly what's in your heart. And your anger will also come out of your heart and out of your mouth, and fear. And anger and fear are the two most powerful lower vibrational energies, and love is the highest. And so if your desire is to manifest your dreams, then it's time to move into that phase of love. And the energies have been supporting that the last couple days. So if you felt kind of flat, or like there's not a lot of drama in your life, and you're like, hey, what's wrong with this picture? There's nothing wrong. It's the beginning of what's right, and that is to be at peace. And yes, there will be times when things aren't happy, and you know, maybe you're having trouble meeting bills, or your spouse is angry about something, or your kids are teenagers and trying all kinds of things that they shouldn't be getting into. It's part of their life journey, and we do the best we can to steer them and be a support to our spouses, and the best we can to our family. But once you really come inside your heart and you put that energy out, that's when things become more easy and more effortless. And yesterday I posted on my personal Facebook page a message about having a soft heart and how hard that can be in today's society. And it can be, but right now it's about drawing boundaries and learning what those boundaries are. So begin to listen to what you speak, and then realize that maybe there's some boundaries that can be drawn to keep the fear, the anxiety, or the anger away from you. Because anger is a sign that things aren't right. Anger is a sign of your heart not being in the right place. And it's so very important. And it looks like Patty. Hi Patty, thank you for joining today. But if you think about it just for a moment, like I said, I was reading some scripture this morning about how Jesus was saying that to be attuned on your lips, or attuned on your lips, which means the right frequency. And that's here. Attunement or atonement is a frequency like a piano to be tuned up. And so if we're tuning up our lips about what's coming out, that matches with what's in our heart and what's in our minds. And to really guard that. And Jesus talks about guarding your mind too, and that's so important with what's going in. So today, no matter when you're watching this video, if you choose to watch TV, or if you're on Facebook, or you're on the internet, what I'd like for you to do is take a nice deep breath before you start watching and think to yourself, what is positive, what is good, or what is whole? And then once you have that here in the forefront of your mind, not your third eye, but your mind, and you think what's good, what's whole, what's joyous, and then you sit down and you look at your television program, whether it's a night opera or the news or whoever is on live at night, and listen, what are they saying? How are they saying it? How are they presenting it? Is it sarcastic? Is it humor? Is it joyous? Or is this putting fear or something else in your head? Okay, just a second. I got to look down the bottom of my phone. Somebody's writing me. Okay, it says, just wanted to say hi. I agree with what you're saying. Thank you for bringing it to the thought of my mind. You're welcome, Melissa. Hi. And the other one says, thank you for the reminder. My tone hasn't been quite right lately. Okay, and thank you for sharing, Cherie. And it's so paramount right now, but it's so simple. And in meditation this morning, that's what I was talking to the boss about. I'm like, how can I help people to love themselves right now with the way the world is right now? And he has said, have them look at the simplicity of what's in their heart. And that is just, it's so important, because what you take into your mind is what comes out of your heart and what comes out of your mouth. And that can be the news media, or what's in our social media. It can be anywhere, going to the movies. But fear and violence are the dark side. Plain and simple, it's the dark side. And if you're old enough, like some of us baby boomers, that saw the original Star Wars series, Yoda talks about the dark side. And we, in order for us to experience this life that we live here on earth in these beautiful clay pots, we have to have the dark and the light in order to experience. So if I asked you to build your muscle, build the muscle in your arms so that you could pick up 100 pounds, and you started lifting a 5-pound weight, it's going to take you a while before you develop enough muscle to lift the 100 pounds, right? So in order for you to build muscle, there has to be resistance. And then you decide how much and how long you're going to work out and how long that's going to take. And our lives here in the earth clay pots are much the same way. We, as a spirit divine self in a physical body, have chosen the physical body as a weight to help us to learn and develop character. Now, some of us have a little bit more weight than others. But I'm working on that. The CrossFit 3 days a week. But the weight is being in the human body and facing very human situations like our relationship with a spouse or a lover or our children, and everything isn't always all perfect, and we get so worried and so wound up about it that it's not going to work out. So that's normal. That's part of the process of growing. But when you look at your environment and that you're a part of that environment, you can begin to change parts of it. So again, please take time today or this week, before you turn on the television, before you get on your social media or the internet or whatever you like to look at, or the newspaper, take a nice deep breath and think to yourself, what am I looking at? What am I taking into my mind? Another way to think about this is if you came to my house and you sat down and I served you a plate full of food and it had mold on it, you'd probably push it away and say, "Ooh, I don't think so." So what are you putting in your mind? That's a start. So that's enough. I won't belabor that point anymore. And then after that, you can begin to make choices about what you're putting in your mind. So for me, I love to go to the movies. It's a great way to escape and have a great Saturday afternoon with my daughter, but I'm careful about what I see in the movies. How much am I taking in? What kind of violence? Who's beating up who? And who's the victor? And why are they the victor? And what is that teaching my daughter about everyday life? What is that saying to me? One of the things I noticed not too long ago, I was looking at a movie, a very old movie, that the first time I watched it, I thought it was fabulous. But one of the scenes is, there's near a lake, and there's a trout that keeps jumping up out of the water. Kind of weird. I've never seen that before, like 4 times in a row. I put the camera on him, so I thought he was going to come up again. When I saw this movie originally, it was about a police officer and his partner, and they're chasing the bad guys. And this movie's quite old. I think it was in the late 80s. And what they show are the 2 people in a mall with the bad guys in a mall, and they're shooting up everybody. It's just bullets everywhere, blood everywhere. And while they're chasing the bad guys, innocent people drop into the ground. It's a horrifying scene. But what I realized in that moment is when I saw that movie years and years ago, it didn't bother me. It was just a scene, an action scene in a movie. But ask yourself, how many times in the last few years have we seen headline news where these things are happening in churches, in schools, in malls? And that's what's being fed in your mind to accept as normal or commonplace. So really think about that. And ask yourself, what else are you putting in? So without further ado, let's take a moment and be grateful for today, for the rest of today, grateful for our families, for the food we have to eat, and lift up our hearts. And if it's a beautiful day like it is for me outside, I'm going to share it here in a minute. I'd like for you to get outside and take a breath and get a little bit of sun on your face, and maybe enjoy a cup of coffee or tea or water or whatever it is you enjoy, and really just breathe in the moment. And to shift your own energy today, I'd like for you to take a deep breath in and focus on the air coming in inside of your nose. And then as you breathe out, focus on the air coming off of your lips gently as you breathe out. Hi, Jeff. So that's what I'd like for you to do on your own to shift your energy. Give some thought to about what I've said. Shift your life through your own heart and your own mind. And breathe just at least 3 or 4 deep breaths today, and think about, how does that air feel on the inside of my nose, and how does it feel on my lips when I breathe out? And that'll bring you into the moment. All right, so let's have a look really quick. I hope the camera will stay still enough for you to see. It's an absolutely gorgeous day where I'm at. I don't know if you can see the lake there and the mountains in the background. It's a little cloudy out today, but absolutely a gorgeous day of creation. So again, this is Deanna with toolsofenergyprotection.com, And if you go on to the web page under free training, it'll say Swift Energy Shift, and I'll put some more dates up in the next couple days, and of course advertise it on Facebook. Let's see here. Sorry, it's hard to see outside. Hi Felicia, because it's bright and I'm on my camera phone. Again, I'll be working very diligently tomorrow to release my spirituality class so that everybody can come and take that. I'll make it a reasonable price so you can join up. It'll be about 6 weeks, and we'll meet for about an hour every week. And if you miss it, of course, you can get the follow-up. And then I will do a live phone call once every 2 weeks so that you can contact me if you have any questions. And we'll just do a group call. So have a great and absolutely wonderful day. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for the hearts and the thumbs up. It keeps me going on days that, you know, sometimes I otherwise wouldn't. So have a great and wonderful day. Big hugs to everybody. And if you want to find me on the Facebook page later, I'll have this posted almost immediately, and then I'll put it on replay for YouTube. Again, Deanna, toolsofenergyprotection.com. I hope you're having a great and wonderful day. Bye.